So we just posted the link right now. We're going to wait a few minutes to get some viewers in before we start talking here. Even though it's going to be recorded, you're all going to have access to this. I'm just going to wait until we get like maybe five or so people who want to be a part of this. All right, everybody, it's about 8:11 right now. I'm going to wait until about 8:15 before I start, just so everyone has a chance to get on and see me talk about things if they want to do so today. So we'll just give it about 3 or 4 more minutes. Hey, what's going on? Someone just joined, I think. First person here today. How's it going? Okay, your camera's probably, or your mic's probably muted, so you can't hear me, Mike, but you just left. Okay. Okay, it's about 8:14. We'll give it 1 more minute for people to jump on board, and if they don't, we're just going to get started. And when I say we, I mean me, because for viewers looking in, there are 0 viewers and 0 attendees. So it's literally just me talking to myself on camera, which I've gotten pretty good at over the past like 6 months. So I'm okay here. All right, so shoot, I'll just start talking then, because this is recorded probably from this point, not the 5 minutes I spent sitting on camera, but from this point forward, this is going to be recorded video. This is week 1, class 1, I guess, of the BFA Escape Continuing Education which is what we're trying to do here. Basically, everyone here is either a graduate or a student of BFA, digital or live. It's the Escape group. So a lot of people are at varying stages of preparedness, and what we're trying to do here with these classes is find a way to bridge that gap for you guys. And if there's extra information or questions that you have, this is the place to get those out. Normally, and I expect that once we actually get this up and running, because I'm going to do this in perpetuity, right? It starts today, but it's going to go on for, as long as people need me to keep doing this. So we got a couple people joining in here. Thanks for coming on board. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
What's up, Todd?
How's it going, everybody? Hey, so what I was just saying was that this is, basically the first in what I want to make a series of continuing courses, continuing education for the BFA students. And, a lot of people are different levels of preparedness and different levels of knowledge and things like that. So what we're trying to do here is bridge that gap, get people all on the same page. And these are all recorded, by the way. So everyone who just point out there, Kyle and yourself, everyone who's on camera right now, this is going to be like in the hardcore poster archives for history, right? This is going to be how we go about getting new people in.
Knows okay. Yeah.
Definitely, man. So the way I want to structure this isn't so much like me just talking at you guys for like 20 minutes like I do with my live videos and the funnel chat stuff. I want to structure this like a question and answer thing. I just want to kind of maybe guide the conversation in a particular direction. Say this is like week 1, we're doing orientation. For people who are just starting out BFA, Escape, they want a little more information, is going to be this group. So, Kyle and you, and I think one other person here whose screen is blacked out, are the only ones here so far. So do you guys have any questions, like basic questions about the programs, funnels in general, anything at all?
What's up, Todd? It's Mike.
Mike, how are you? Which Mike is this?
Mike Anderson.
How's it going?
Good, man.
Mr. Anderson.
What's up, Mr. Anderson? Hey, so as far as like the funnels and everything and how to get those set up, I think the videos explain it pretty well for the most part of how to get going. The part I struggle with is the follow-up and kind of like the CRM streamline of the drip campaign, stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So I think you're using LionDesk if I remember, right? Or Aweber?
Yeah, so I have Aweber, and then I also just started my LionDesk free trial. So
okay, cool. There's at least there's 2 kinds of, I think, follow-up to think about. I've talked about this in a couple of my videos, but you're looking at long-term versus short-term follow-up, and I think you have to approach those a little bit differently. Your short-term follow-up, I think, is in many ways provided to you by BFA and the class, things like that, which is those like 4 emails urging people to give you more information or to contact you with questions, things like that. And that's good. It's good to have some auto text in there too. I think if there's a way that you can do that for yourself, LionDesk does it, Agent Legend does it. A lot of these services will do auto text, so that's good for the beginning stages, like that first follow-up. And what I do in LionDesk, and I think Mike, you're one of the people who wanted to see this tutorial. But what I do with LionDesk is I go to Keeping Current Matters, KCM. I pull like infographics and pictures, and I'll just like write a quick email blurb about those and set those about 4 days apart each and try to get them like 6 months out or something like that. There's hundreds of infographics, so you can literally do this, like repeat the process many times and get it for several years if you need it to be.
okay.
Yeah, but that's kind of it in a nutshell. What I was doing was I'm making a tutorial for you guys about, LionDesk. And as soon as that's done and I'm finished with that, I'll release that to you so you can kind of see nuts and bolts what I do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
Tyler, what about you, man? I know you're not even doing funnels. You're doing organic stuff.
Yeah, man, I've been doing a lot with organic. I did build my first funnel the other day, my first little, little Facebook ad. It was just a college grad one, and just kind of seeing how it goes, just throwing a couple bucks at it right now to get started. And then I also partnered up with a veteran car buying company recently, where I can they actually gave me access, so I now have I have access to all their logos, and they built me a landing page I just got to build a funnel, like a funnel for that, and get people going to that. So I know you guys do a lot with the VA for the like in the mortgage stuff. So when I saw that opportunity come up for me to do it for the automotive, I hopped on it. I just haven't executed much with it yet.
Totally, man. Do you have any questions on how to get there as far as the targeting is? You feel pretty comfortable with that? You want to work on those right now? Again, today's going to be less of like an intensive thing, super informal. I just want to go over some things that, if you guys have any, like, because this is day one. We're going to probably do this like over 100 times over the next year. So we can, and people who are on right now, if you keep coming on board, we're going to be able to, work on these things over time too, and in between sessions and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think that's really cool. That you're doing that, the VA thing. It's a proven targeting thing. I think you're able to see some results once you dive in. But for you too, man, it's all about the auto response and the follow up, just like what Mike was saying and what Ryan talks about is like you build like that follow up system. You get someone's email and name in there, kind of like what Ryan does, how he does it so well. It's like, yeah, that person's never going to leave. You keep giving them really good content, and that's the way to do it. And that's that retention that you're going to keep. And the other thing is, like, you guys know this, but like, do everything. Right. Like, don't ever stop emailing. Don't ever stop making those, whatever works for you, like keep doing that. Just add this to it. And I think you can like kind of tie it all in together pretty well. So that's what I think. So that's awesome, man. That's badass.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Since you did bring up targeting, I know you and I were going to do a Google Hangout a little while back, and my connection wasn't I didn't have any Wi-Fi or anything. Yeah. And you've been busy. I've been busy. What would you say, like, that's one of the things that a lot of the guys that are in the automotive, BFA automotive part of it, because we're all in the car business, targeting is one of the things that we are experimenting with. And I'm not saying none of us have found a perfect targeting, but none of us, I don't think, you've found the exact perfect targeting, if that makes sense. Like, we're still playing around with it to try to figure it out. So maybe, I don't know if you could give us some targeting knowledge, that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. I'll be the first one to be very open and honest about this. I've never run a car funnel in my life. I've tried a couple times, and because I've got family in the car business, but I've never actually done it successfully either. But it's certainly something that is worth trying. I know funnels work for cars because if you look at what, and again, this is like a very specific kind of car, right? But if you look at what Tesla did with their release, the recent release, they had a whole funnel and a landing page and an auto response sequence and several social media ads and things like that. So I think that's definitely there's some meat on the bone there for you. As far as the targeting goes, when I do the real estate targeting, what I try to get them at is before they have the presence of mind to actually get on Zillow or Realtor.com or start looking, because that's usually when I lose them. For me personally. So I'm wondering if there's like an analog to like get them before they get onto maybe like Auto Trader. I'm not sure what the car buying websites are. I'm unfortunately, very not well versed in this, but if it's Auto Trader, like see if we can get them before they get onto those websites, maybe by targeting, the things. So when, and this is kind of maybe something to think about too, but in targeting, what you try to do is you want to get someone before they need to do this thing. So you have to kind of figure out what changes in somebody's life would cause them to fit into a certain kind of target audience. Like with real estate, it's very simple. I mean, what makes you want to buy a house, right? You're married, children, you got a promotion, you're moving, you're divorced. All these different reasons are why you'd buy a house. And then you kind of, break it down from there. But it's not as simple, I think, with cars. I think that, if you have pen and paper, there's a demographic. And by the way, usually I like demographics more than interests when I do targeting. You'll see there's a difference there in terms of what it actually amounts to. But there's a demographic called new job that you can target, which I might target for you, new job. There's a, I'm not sure how financing works specifically with vehicles, but there are ways that you can target based on number of credit lines open, or you can even exclude. If this guy's got like one credit line open and he won't qualify for a lease, and you've got a lease special that you're advertising, maybe exclude people with, a certain amount of credit lines there. Certainly income, man. I mean, income is going to be a huge one because I think that's important. Certainly exclude based on income. Yeah, I mean, those are some basic ones, but like you said with the veterans ones, you know, the way to target veterans generally target the jobs, right? Or interest, things like that. So, you know, when you start typing them out, like U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, Marines, they'll all come down the list. You'll be able to click on them all the way down, and you know, and basically just kind of iron out which one is which for each different funnel. But for this one too, I mean, that's you always want to target based on income, because when we're doing these things, like before Facebook had this for us able to do. And when people were doing this on Google with their pay-per-click, what people were doing was trying to create what's called a proxy for income. And we do this in economics all the time too, where it's like that we can't find out how much they make or how much they want for something. So we try to find out something that would, you know, describe that. So if we couldn't find income, we'd be targeting based on like the richer areas of town. We'd be targeting based on like expensive interest and things like that. Rolls Royce and all that, but we can actually target based on income in Facebook, which is pretty accurate. It's pretty good. So, you know, that's going to be the big one is the income. If you're doing, you know, play with the ages a little bit. You want to play with some of the, you know, some of the detailed targeting and things like that, because there's a lot in there. There's like hundreds, probably thousands of different things in there that you can choose and different combinations and stuff like that. But I think that's actually good for me because at one point I want to do a video on just how to do that targeting stuff, and then we can, you know, later on down the road. That's actually a good point for me that people are interested in that. So right on, man. Thank you. Cool.
Hey Todd, do you know is there a demographic or anything for credit scores?
Not for the score, but you can, I mean, you know, no. Short answer is no. But there, like I said, there are some for the credit lines that are open. Usually that has some bearing on the score. You know, you can exclude, depending on what you want to do, you can exclude like, what do you call it? Not debt consolidators, but what are the billion coal alt? Like, what the hell, man? I can't even. Credit repair. Sorry,
Okay.
that's what you do. I was going crazy with it. Credit. You can exclude people who like search for credit repair if you want to speak to people at a certain high level. If you do DPA, like my office does a lot of DPA stuff, down payment assistance. I like those, so I'll target people who look for credit repair, who like have very little in assets but good income, things like that. So. But it's, yeah, I mean, that's, again, with that one, because you can't find it, you're going to be finding proxies, right? Like
yeah. So I'll try and get with you then on how to do my detailed targeting for that, because I'm actually working with a preferred lender of mine, and we're going to be targeting on just Facebook ads for a down payment assistance like class for people to attend. There's some realtors that have done that around here that have had some pretty good success with it. So we're going to try that out. And he actually has a credit repair guy that's going to be coming as well to talk about free credit tips and stuff like that. So
that's awesome. That's really cool then. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, maybe after this video is done or maybe even during it. See, the thing is, guys, like I got to apologize for this. This is the first one, so I'm not sure what I'm capable of doing, what I'm not able to do on this video. So like in the future, we'd probably be able to be like, oh yeah, let's bust out Facebook and let's just run through some targeting. But you know, Mike, probably in the future, we're gonna work on this thing like near future on how to do that.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, no worries. It's probably not for like a month anyway, so that's perfect.
Totally. It's a moving target. Like I'm searching the site. It looks like I can screen share if I want to there. Yeah, for a later time for sure, man. Definitely. Cool. Kyle, how's it going? I just saw you log in here. I'm not sure if you can hear me because your avatar's there. I'm not sure. Probably can't hear me. Probably can't chat either. Okay. Well, you know, Kyle, what you missed, we're just going over some like this is super. Oh, there you are, man. Like this is really informal. These are the basics. This is like you know, an overview, orientation of what we're going to be doing, continuing education stuff, and it's all going to be recorded. Since you're here, do you have any questions about your funnels, about your follow-up, anything that, you know, like basic enough for a week one person to maybe get some information out
of? I think I've got basic funnels down. I've got everything like with that down. I think the biggest issue I'm having is the initial call and the follow-up. When I was at the reunion this last week, Brian Norvell was talking about his follow-up system, and he's having a lot of success with it. So I've been taking some advice with him, like just texting him every day and stuff like that. Just wondering so you're still running funnels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and you run them for pretty much they're all buyers. So what is your conversion rate with with your funnels, with the leads you get?
Yeah, that's a good question. The short answer, I'm going to say this to you guys a lot, and it's probably going to frustrate you guys by week 1.5. I don't know. I don't measure I know what Facebook tells me as far as people who click through to it, and I know what Facebook tells me as far as people who opt in versus do the survey. But I mean, keep in mind that a funnel is nothing more than just a sales process, right? I mean, the components that everyone talks about, especially in this group, are the landing page and the ad. They say that's a funnel. Well, that's like the front end of that funnel, but the main thing is that like follow-up stuff that comes after that. So, and in a couple of my videos, I talked about this too. Nobody is really going to be rushing to work with you just by seeing an ad and by maybe getting a couple text messages from you. I mean, there's some people like that, like with my Palm Springs funnel. Maybe it's something I could show here, but I got 35 leads, like lead forms, because I was doing a lead form ad, out of maybe 600 people that I got in front of, or probably vastly more than that. But in any case, of those 35, 30 of them actually filled out the form, and they were put onto by the form being like my 6 questions on type form. They were put onto a separate list with different follow-up and different kind of like, more, what's the word, aggressive follow-up. But the ones, out of that 30 who filled out the type form, 4 of them are in contract right now. And 2 of them, I think they'll be in contract sometime in November. I don't know. But, long story short, 4 for sure that we know are going to close, within the next 30 days. So, from that, it's like the conversion, I mean, I would say pathetically low, because out of 2,000 people that I reached, I only got 4 into contract, and that's like less than 0.5% or something like that. But look at ROI with those 4 that I convert. Each one of my commissions on those, because I'm like a $300,000 area, I don't discount. So we're looking at like 7,500 to 8,000 for each one that closed. So like 30,000 commissions for what amounted to like $250 worth of ads. I like numbers like those because that makes a lot more sense to me than like minor percentage points. Or some, I have a 0.6% or I have a 5% or, it's like, well, I made $30,000 and I spent 200 on ads. That I think about it. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not sure if that helps, but
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Todd, are you able to show us that one?
Yeah, I think so. I might have to.
I'm testing your powers on the first day.
That's what I'm saying. I might have to bring it up on the screen before I switch it over, because there may be some things I don't want y'all to see on my Facebook. I just don't know yet. I just don't know. So Facebook. You can't see anything on my screen right now, right, guys?
No.
It's in screen share mode, but it's paused. All right.
All your favorite adult websites are not showing.
All the 17 Pornhub subscriptions. It's becoming a problem, guys. I swear. Okay, so I'm here. Yeah. Okay, this is. Oh wow. Okay, so it's even worse than I thought. But I'll show you guys this. It's not out of 2,000, Kyle. It's out of 6,000. Yeah, but okay. Let me just. All right. Share screen. Y'all are gonna see something. I'm not sure, but it's gonna. Yeah, that little down the rabbit hole. Okay, so this one that's titled lead generation here. A couple things I did with this one that I thought were kind of cool, right? With these Facebook lead forms, one thing to think about here is that they don't. I mean, I can show you a copy of the post here, but with these, and look, I mean, I didn't. I did this one. You probably remember I was, I had a couple glasses of something on a weekend. I made this video for you guys, and I wanted to say and I think the point of the video was like that everyone's overthinking this a little bit, overthinking the exact way the text needs to be. And it's like, of course you want to do it as close to real as possible. I mean, as close to what Ryan teaches as possible, because that's what works. But, I mean, the conversion thing, the whole, be very intricate about it. I mean, imperfect action is the most important lesson that I learned from all this stuff, is just to do it and see what happens. So with this one, all I said is free weekly list, not like, not even, I'm sure this would be even better if I use Ryan's text. Picture of, this isn't even Palm Springs, man. We don't have buildings like this out here. This is like New York or something. I don't know where the hell I found this picture, but I found it. And I'm just like, okay, slap it on there.
price reduced. You know, this is how many people it reached. I think like the organic reach is like 6. Okay, 40. This is an ad I ran. Learn more. And when you click through to this, this should pop up with a lead form, but I can't, because with the lead form, what I wanted to show you is you only fill it out the one time, right?
Yeah.
That's the problem with it. So it just goes straight through to my website. My website is basically just this. Survey takes forever to load, which is not great. And doesn't even, I mean, that's the whole point of this. I got that much out of this, and it doesn't even look that nice, right? I mean, this is so basic. It doesn't, like, the button is halfway cut off. You start this thing, it's like, what's your first name? You know, blah, blah, blah. Basically, I'll send this link out to you guys so you can see it too. But then I also offer this home guide here. And again, I got this just from Keeping Current Matters, which is $20 a month for content. And content's the most, like, you know, important thing when you're doing this kind of stuff, is that, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, here's one thing. I'll get back to what, I mean, Mike, what you asked to see in a second. But here's one thing that, like, we have to think about here. So we don't have different products from each other. Right. If I'm in Phoenix and Mike's in Phoenix, we don't have like a different inventory unless we have some office listings or Pocket or something like that. For the most part, it's all the same thing. So what are you really selling here? It's not homes, right? Because you don't have any exclusivity on your homes. It's other shit, right? That other shit is like what makes people realize that you're competent, that you're personable, that you're human. And so you want to be throwing away stuff like this stuff for free, because you want to position yourself as that guy who gave us all that information when you send them these emails every 4 days, right?
Right.
But anyway, back to what you were asking to see. It was this, and I only ran this for, I'm not sure, like maybe 2 weeks, August 13th to the 21st. I'm still converting people. Those 2 people that I said are going to convert based on my sequences and stuff like that, that's all, you know, I mean, that's out here that they've been getting these emails. So there's all this time since the ad ran. I only recommend running an ad for like maybe a week to 2 weeks at a time. For reference, what y'all might think is cool, check this out. So visually, you have a tell on when you need to drop your ad, and you know, change the picture, change the targeting. Where do y'all think that is based on this picture, if you can see it?
Right there where the performance lines are.
Well, like which one though? Like probably right here, right? Right, because you were getting results for $3, right? With a good rate, and then your rate dropped in half and your costs doubled, and it's like, well, at that point, you know, I'll still take these 2 lead forms that came in, but I'm going to cut this funnel off and rerun it, which is what I did. That's one cool thing too, but that's the one way to get them into the funnel. Once they're into the funnel, I'm going to show you guys this kind of a cool trick too. This is only for the lead forms for guys who do that. I mean, I'll show you how to do it for other things too, but there's something called a pixel you have to paste into the other page, and it's, you know, for me, it's like unwieldy. I don't like it. I have no problem with it. It's just a lot of work. But so with this thing right here, of those, I don't know how many clicks I got, around 200, obviously. But of those clicks to my form without actually submitting the information, I got 200 people in the retarget. Does everyone know how to create a retargeted audience based on like a lead form? Does everyone know how to do that from here?
No.
You want to see it?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, so you made a lead form already, right? That's the assumption. You made a lead form, you ran some traffic, even if you didn't. You go to create an audience. There's 3 different kinds of audiences, right? The one that we always talk about, like go into the detailed targeting and stuff, that's called a saved audience, right? That's the one that we mainly do. Kyle, and if you guys are building an audience out there with, you know, trying to target veterans, you're usually targeting this saved audience. Lookalike is something different entirely, and then custom is the one we want here. Custom, sorry for my language, but custom audiences are cool as shit. I mean, they're like my favorite things ever, because you can convert so much business on these custom audiences if you get really good at them. Hang on one sec. Sorry, I had to drink some water. Okay. The first one is customer file, which is like if you have a list of email, like Kylan, if your shop there has like a list of email addresses or cell phone numbers. Kyle and Mike, if your guys' brokerage has that too, you can just create an audience of previous clients, of prospects, of open house attendees just by uploading that shit right here. Or if you have MailChimp, you can import it too. Either way, that's really cool. That's one thing that I think is huge. If you guys don't know that, website traffic is when you have like a pixel in like lead pages and people
We lost
Kyle,
him.
did we just lose Todd?
I think so.
Let's see what happened. Todd, can you hear us? What's up, Kyle? How you been, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Just hanging out at work.
Yep, me too.
Because if you're carrying. All the other ones are tall enough where you can bring.
Mike, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Hey, Kyle.
I wonder if he knows that he dropped out.
Let me shoot him a message on Facebook. He's probably not going to see it, though. I'm sure it shows him. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. Did you guys thinking about doing something today? Sure.
How's business been, man?
Not too bad. How about you? Killing it?
Doing pretty good, man. It's I had a couple deals go out the last couple days. Oh, we got Todd back. He's muted, though.
How long was that gone for, guys?
About a minute, maybe
yeah,
two.
a minute or two.
Okay, cool. I was like, man, I was talking. No one's like engaging with me. It's mostly like boring as shit.
That's what I just said. I go, I wonder if he knows that he dropped out.
No, man. I was like talking to myself, and all right, that's cool. All right, so where was I? Where'd you guys tap out?
You were just at the part where you were showing us where you could kind of upload a form, and then for your custom audiences for retargeting, and then you started to get to something about the website, and then it cut out.
All right, cool.
From
So put
website
on some
traffic.
music or something, so I know you're still. Put on some Drake in the background, super quiet, so I can hear that you guys like. When I don't hear Drake anymore, I know that I dropped the call. All right, we're doing that. All right, so I wanna share this with you guys again, right? Screen share. Start screen share. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too deep in. I realized I was getting kind of technical with this shit. I just want to show you the ability to do this stuff, the custom audiences, customer file, email list, website traffic. I mean, makes sense. It's the pixel. This is the one you want to do, lead ad, and then anytime you run an ad to a page, before you run that ad, get the pixel in there and start pulling the traffic in from that. Because at the end of the day, you want this big old retargeting list, which I've got a couple of these. This one's 200. This one, I mean, it's fucking huge. This is just things to look at. But these right here convert better than almost anything else because this is people who've already opted in some way or at least expressed interest, and then you get them a second time. Cool. Drake play in the background. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. All right. So that's what I wanted to show you with that. And as we go further, whoa. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, cool. As we go further into like these things, I'll be able to show you, I think, more stuff. And I want to show a lot of people my follow-up sequence, too. I probably won't be able to get to that today, but that's going to be like an hour-long thing or so. Because it's, unfortunately, I've not been able to unify it to one program. It's like I have Agent Legend going to Aweber, going to LionDesk going to Pipedrive for different. I mean, it's point is, I'll show you guys what I'm doing to myself with that, and that's hopefully if you want to draw yours from that, or if you don't want to draw yours from that, it's one way of doing it.
Do you think it'd be helpful to set up like maybe a little almost like survey, I guess, in the closed group based on like maybe 4 or 5 different things, and have people vote on like kind of what we want you to focus on, so you can be ready for that for these like Google Hangouts, so they can expect when they come, like maybe we're just going to focus on pixels one day and any questions about that, or maybe we're just going to focus on targeting.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah. You making it or am I? I'm probably making it. All right. I'll do it.
Probably you, Todd.
Cool, man. Yeah. So,
that way it just might be easier for you, so kind of what people are going to come questions with.
Yeah, I'm into it. So that's about 30 minutes here. Do you guys want to go over anything else in particular today?
No, I'm good.
That we can do 15 more minutes if you want, or we can cut this one off and then we can like basically start it like you said, with a poll, with a survey, and we can develop some content for the next time. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good. I actually gotta bounce out here in a few anyway, so I appreciate your time today, though.
Yeah, you guys too, man. Thanks for coming. Kylan, Kyle, Mike, appreciate you guys. You guys are fantastic. Listen to the group. If you need anything at all between now and Monday, message me. I'll be available. Okay?
Cool.
You got
Thanks,
it.
Todd. Appreciate
Take
it.
care, man.
Well, guys, take care.
Why would you jump on it? That's funny. Well, the good thing is that it was on that.
What happened?
I guess he ended it, but I guess we're still on.
Oh, he ended it
Yeah.
on purpose?
We didn't really go over much more.
Okay. Yeah, I was on the phone.
It's all good. You make a sale?
No, I got an appointment, so
That's good.
yeah. Cool. Are you running funnels right now, by the way?
Dude, I got one up, but I don't think I'm going to see much. I'm not very good at targeting. So,
Todd helped me out a lot the other day with targeting.
yeah, he and I were supposed to do like a Google Hangout, and he was going to help me do it. And I didn't have Wi-Fi at the time, so we didn't ever do it. And that was like a couple months ago, and then he kind of like fell off the face of the planet for a little bit doing his thing.
Right.
And he's just now back doing this. So we mentioned it a little bit today, but he's probably I'm probably gonna reach out to him and do it. That's one thing that automotive guys have been really wanting is help with targeting and building the right funnels for the automotive industry, and we haven't had a whole lot of luck with it. There's a couple guys doing okay with it, but none of us have really had a lot of success with it. There's about 6 or 7 of us that have been playing with it, and it's just
Okay. Why don't we do a screen share real quick? And here, and I'll show you real quick. It's pretty easy.
cool.
Um,
It'd be funny if this is recorded on Todd's thing too. I doubt it is, but that'd be funny.
see my screen?
Yep. Larry Lee, you gotta love it. I just saw that 2 seconds ago.
Dude, he's always on my feed nonstop.
Dude, he is a master, bro. He knows what he's doing.
So
There it is.
that's funny.
Uh-huh.
So actually, why don't you share your screen? Do you know how to do that?
I'm on an iPad, so that's
Oh,
not gonna help. I don't think.
Okay. Well, I'll just
I can. Here, do this. Hold on a second.
Hey, Ben. Yeah, I think so. How's it going, sir? There you go. That's me. Yeah, actually, for yesterday. Okay. Yeah, because I was discussing here about
All right, bro. I got my my Facebook ad manager pulled up.
All right, hold on. Okay. So let's do that. I'll show you mine. So here, let's just go to audiences. I'll create audience.
We got Todd back.
Why are you guys still here, man? You guys got to close the broadcast here.
Is it still recording?
Yeah. Why y'all still here? Get out of here.
We're chit chatting. All right, we get out of here later, bro.
Later, man.